Also just days away from President Trump's apparent in-person meeting with Russia's Vladimir Putin. Yesterday on Face the Nation, Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S. expressed hope this will lead to the end of the war.
I am confident that U.S. will be coming from the position of strength, peace through strength, and that will allow us together to find a solution to stop Russia's aggression.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us from the White House with more on this. Good morning, Weijia. This meeting caught many by surprise. Just how unusual is it? And what do we know about the specifics this Monday?
Well, first, it is unusual because the president is trying to broker a peace agreement between two countries, and at the table will only be one of those two countries. And the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, has long said that Ukraine must be part of any discussion, any decision when it comes to ending the conflict in Ukraine. And President Trump has not seemed to put any preconditions on this meeting, Errol, meaning that initially there was talk about a requirement for Zelensky and Putin to meet first before Trump met with Putin. That is not the case anymore. There's not even a requirement for a Zelensky-Putin meeting, although we should say that sources familiar with the planning say there is still a chance that Zelensky takes part in this visit in Alaska in some capacity. But the president operates his own playbook when it comes to these sorts of things, when it comes to summits. Typically, everyone below these two leaders will have done all the groundwork. It will have taken weeks, if not months and months of planning to get a summit like this, because when you meet, you want to be able to have some sort of agreement already where you'll be able to have a deliverable and say this is what came out of the meeting. So this is really, a totally different plan. But, again, Trump believes that he is the only one who can really gauge whether Putin is serious about negotiating. And in fact, the NATO Secretary General said the same thing, that it has to be Trump eye to eye with Vladimir Putin to really dial up the pressure. So, we should view this meeting not as a meeting to work out any kind of an actual agreement. We should view it as the jumping off point to start negotiations to see if Putin is in fact ready to do that.
Something to keep the pressure and the momentum going, perhaps. Weijia, great to have your insight on this. Thank you very much.